Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture of the series Criminology being presented by CSS World. In this video, we will study about norms and values. These both the terms are usually used interchangeably, so they often create confusion. But in this lecture, we will definitely remove all the confusions in both these terms. Let's start this lecture now. First of all, what are norms? Norms are rules and expectations that specify how people should and should not behave in various social situations. Concentrate on this line once again. We have said that norms are rules and expectations that specify how people should and should not behave in various social situations. There are three things in this definition. One is rules, second one is expectations, and third one is social situations. Let's suppose you are sitting in a restaurant. A waiter is standing there to take your order. This is basically a social situation. The waiter will come and most respectfully ask you that what he should offer to you. What the waiter has done is a rule taught to waiters, and you were also expecting that waiter will give you the respect, and waiter did so. So it was the norm that specified that waiter should behave in good manners. If the waiter goes against this rule, then it will be the violation of norm. So from here we can say that norms are expectations, what a person who occupies a particular role should ideally behave like. So in case of waiter and you, waiter is occupying a designation and it is expected that he would be dealing in a respectful way. If someone occupying a designation and is not following the rules according to the expectations, then it would be the violation of norms. This designation doesn't mean any official designation. Instead, it could be any social position. It may be a relation or anything else. From this discussion, it has been proved that norms are particularly linked to actions and situations. So norms are basically related to specific behavior. Now we will study two different types of norms. Keep in mind that there are two types of norms. One is folkways and other one is mores. First of all, folkways. Remember, folkways are those norms which don't have moral significance. If they are violated by someone, then it doesn't become a big deal. Their violations don't create any issue. Therefore, folkways are not strictly enforced. For example, there are certain rules for moving on road, but if a person is moving on wrong side, then it is a violation of norm, but it doesn't have any serious consequence. Similarly, smoking at the public place is against the norms, but if someone is doing so, then there is no any serious consequence and no one will be taking any action in a number of societies. However, there are some societies where there are strict rules in this regard. Second type of norms is mores. Mores are those norms which are strictly imposed. These are the norms which form the core values of a society. They even sometimes become the formal laws of a society. Therefore, they are usually imposed strictly. For example, you cannot do murder of someone. Similarly, you are not allowed to do fraud, corruption, or any other illegal act because all these things are taken seriously. Now we will study about values. Keep in mind that values are cultural standards that people use to decide what is good and what is bad. In simple words, we can say that a value is basically a belief that something is good and worthwhile. Values of a particular society are deeply rooted in its culture. These are basically all those practices which are being witnessed in a particular society since a long time. These practices are transferred to generations, and this cycle goes on. These practices become sacred for society, and nobody even thinks to do violations of these values. And if someone goes against these values, then there are serious consequences for such a person. We can take examples of values as equality, democracy, hard work, women rights, respecting the elders, and all the other such things which have become the part of a culture comes under the definition of values. Keep in mind that there are usually serious consequences for those who violate the values of any particular society. Values are very important, and in most of the cases these values become the laws for those societies, because culture is one of the source of law. So this was all from today's lecture. Thanks for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon for more videos. Goodbye.